I never bought all of his albums, but you know.
No, I'm talking about the drink iced tea.
OG, original gangster. Oh, anyways.
I was like, are we recording?
I was gonna sit still to see how long we could just not say nothing. Oh man, I can't breathe out my nose. So I'm warning you now. And if we put this at the beginning, there will be some in this episode.
Oh god, they've been warned.
They have.
Warning. This podcast is about the horror genre, specifically horror films. As most horror movies are filled with coarse language, violence, and/or gore, the topics and language of the cast of the pod will also reflect the genre. If you have any issues with the aforementioned warnings, please press stop. However, if you have no issue with adult language, movie violence, or the accoutrement that accompanies horror films, please feel free to continue. You have been warned.
You have been warned.
Yeah.
See, what a lot of people don't know is when I say that you have been warned, that's because Cobweb can't hear it on his side. So that's just me letting him know that we're coming back out of that clip.
Pretty much.
And y'all never even knew. I'm never going to tell y'all either.
All right. That's all right. That's our catchphrase.
Yeah.
You just didn't know yet. Yeah.
Why haven't we been hashtagging you have been warned?
That's at the end of each show. We say that now at the end of each show.
Yeah. You have been warned. Yeah. All right. We just won't tell them about it. We'll just do that from now on.
Yeah.
You have been warned.
Yeah. Cool. I guess
you have been warned that we're going to tell you at the end of the show, but you're not going to know.
Yes. You have been warned that you have not been warned.
We've just completely messed. This is a completely went off the rails.
We're off the rails.
We've already spoiled the podcast. Spoiler alert.
They have been warned.
This whole show is a spoiler alert.
Right. We even spoil ourselves.
The milk that I drank before this was spoiled.
Oh man.
Oh, I have a story about spoiled milk.
Oh.
Should we put that on the Patreon, or should we just say it right now?
Gosh. Everybody has spoiled milk in their fridge.
No. When I drank spoiled milk.
You drank spoiled milk?
You want to hear the story or no?
Go ahead, just say it.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, I want to hear this.
I am a product of intercultural bonding, mating, marriaging, you know.
Okay.
And I grew up predominantly more on the Hispanic side. Well, I can say Mexican because I'm half Mexican. Anyways, on the Mexican side, right? And so I didn't realize a lot of the culture on my dad's side. And then my mom had to get some surgery, and she was gonna be in the hospital for a while because back in the days, not like now, like you know how they're like, all right, good luck, go home. You know, it was back then when you were in the hospital for like 3 weeks, 4 weeks when they did something. So I had to go stay with one of my aunts on my dad's side, right? And that first day, she made,
you were spoiled.
Yes, she made waffles and pancakes and bacon and sausage and ham and hash browns, those little slivered up hash browns.
Wow.
Yeah. And there was fruit and there was yogurt. And
man.
Yeah, no, it's like a TV thing. Right? And right. I had an orange juice and a water and the milk. And I'm just going to say it the way that I thought it. I was a child, probably about 10 years old. So I'm eating the food. Oh, French toast also.
Jesus.
Yeah. So I'm just eating the food. Everything's good. Drinking my water, drinking my orange juice, go get some milk. Eating my food, water, orange juice, milk. Finish my water. There's a little thing of water and a little thing of orange juice. You know those little cups like they give you in the restaurants.
Yeah. Why did you keep? Wait, so you just kept drinking the spoiled milk?
No. Well, here's the thing. I didn't know. I'm just gonna say it the way that my 10-year-old brain thought of it. All right.
Okay.
I didn't know how white people had breakfast, and I had heard of buttermilk and I thought it was buttermilk. And I had already drank my water, and I had already drank my orange juice, and I told my aunt Betty, I love her. I was like, Aunt Betty, I don't like this buttermilk. Can I have some more orange juice? She's like, what do you mean buttermilk? And she grabs the milk and she was like, you were drinking that? I was like, well, I thought that's what buttermilk tastes like. White people. I don't know.
Wow.
I didn't know, and that just shows you. And that was, I mean, that's my family, and you know, yeah.
I don't even know where to go with that.
I'm not even trying to be funny or anything. That's legitimately what happened.
Because I'm with you on that, because I know, because I used to have some white friends that I used to hang out with after school. They used to watch us. You know, I know some white people too. So
wait a minute. All I got from this conversation is there's some white people that were watching you. That's all I heard. I was like, man, that's messed up.
I know quite a few of them. Okay. And when I was a kid, we would eat dinner over there sometimes, you know, at their house.
Uh-huh.
And they would always have like stuff like you would see like on TV, like a stack of loaf of bread, you know, butter, you know, a pitcher of milk, you know,
on the table.
On the table, in a jar. You know, saying a pitcher of milk. You know, it'd just be the milk, and then you have like the water.
Yep.
You know, and I'd be like, you butter bread every dinner. You know, that was the thing. Every dinner they'd have us some buttered bread. I was like, man, this is like, so that's what I thought. So I understand, Josh.
Yeah.
Culture shock.
Exactly. That's the word I was looking for. It was culture shock.
Right.
Yep.
Right. Y'all got all this food. Y'all eat like this every day? Shit.
Yeah. Okay. Now 7 minutes. If anybody's still listening, 7 minutes into this is perfect. Now that I'm thinking about it, we're going into a movie that is the epitome of culture shock.
Yes. That's what that's what that whole story's about.
I didn't even think about that.
I didn't either. I was just trying to segue into there. I mean, I completely believe it the way Cobweb said it right now. I'm like, oh yeah, I knew that. I moved my webcam, by the way, so I'm over here trying to talk to you over here. The camera's over there, so I don't know. All right, the movie that we're talking about today. Oh.
Uh-oh.
Thank you for tuning in to Cast of the Pod. All our social medias are Cast of the Pod. You can hit us up on Patreon. Help us pay the bills.
Oh,
Patreon.com/Cast of the Pod. You can call us at 786-763-2278 and get that free t-shirt. First person to leave a message.
That's all you have to do.
That's all you gotta do.
Call the hotline.
Yeah. Call the hotline.
About that?
No, I mean, I don't see why not. I mean, come on. And we're not even gonna bring up the Patreon stuff.
786-763-2278. That's all you gotta do. Just call the number.
And we know you're watching.
Yeah, because the numbers don't lie.
No.
Numbers don't lie.
Yeah.
So call it.
Just interact.
We're just afraid that they're not gonna win.
So somebody probably called already.
Cobweb on his side has already got 2 Patreons in on us. And you're not supposed to give out the numbers like that, but we have 2 Patreon followers. And they've both been brought in by the skill and the PR work of the Cobweb over there. And all of mine and Deb's peoples over here, y'all ain't done shit.
Nope.
That's all. No, I mean,
they haven't even called the hotline.
Is there a nicer way to say it than that?
No, they haven't.
Y'all ain't done shit.
They haven't called the hotline. They haven't supported.
Where's the love? Where's the love?
Where is the? Oh God, no!
It's better than Macarena.
God damn! I just got that out of my head.
Did you say Macarena?
Yeah, Macarena.
Macaroni. Did I even say the movie? Did I even say the movie we're talking about? They Live.
No.
That's what it says right there. They live.
Ever since he broke his analytical rail system, he's been all off.
Yeah.
Do you notice that,
See,
Deb?
this is what y'all wanted, and this is what y'all get. This is what you get.
Call a hotline.
786-763-2278.
And
Yeah.
all right. So today on Cast of the Pod, I, myself, Josh, and
Cobweb.
and
Deb.
we're going to talk about They Live, the Roddy Piper movie of awesomeness. Him,
Man.
Keith David, Meg Foster, and did you know who else is in this movie, Cobweb?
Who else?
George Buck Flower. You know who George Buck Flower is?
No.
George Buck Flower
We've
is the
seen 3
dad
movies.
is the dad from Pumpkinhead of those Potato Sack Kids.
The grandpa.
Oh, shit.
And you know who else he is? In our soon-to-be Patreon exclusive episode of Tammy and the T-Rex, he was the main cop.
Yeah, he was.
3 movies in a row with George Buck Flower.
I did not know that. I did not catch that at all. That was him.
You can leave that. You can thank that pattern to the scheming, plotting, scamming, devious mind of Luck.
I was like, what? Where are you
Sure,
going?
pure luck.
Where are you going with this?
Hey, but I mean, this movie has Roddy Piper and Spawn in it.
Man.
You can't go wrong. I'm gonna tell everybody right now. Spoiler alert! I love this movie. Always have, always will. And
Yeah.
There's some stuff this time around that I never saw
Like starting from the beginning, there was
in the
things
movie.
that
Yeah.
I was like, hey, I don't remember that.
Oh, man. When I saw, this was my first time seeing this movie for this podcast.
What?
Yep. It was my
You've
first
never
time
seen
seeing
They Live?
No. Nope.
You
And I
haven't
think
lived until you've seen They Live.
Since we said we were going to do this, I've already watched it twice.
Okay, I can see that.
Right. I had
It's
to
a great
rewatch
movie.
it. Like 2 days later, I watched it again. So it was, it blew my mind wide open. You know, I've always seen like bits and pieces of it, or come in into it, or like halfway, or leave, or something. And I never, you know, I was like, okay, whatever. But then I just said, you know what? It's because we said we're going to do the podcast on it. I said, like, I'm going to go all in, you know. And I wish I would have did that a long time ago.
Yes. Okay, so let's get to IMDb first of all. Who's the director? John Carpenter. How many John Carpenter movies have we done lately? A bajillion.
He should live here.
This one?
who wrote the screenplay?
Hashtag
John Carpenter. Who did the music? John Carpenter.
John Carpenter. This dude gets like a tune stuck up in his head, and he can't. And he just, that's gonna be it.
See, now this isn't ding, 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 ding. In this song, it's doom 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 doom.
Yep.
Doom, doom. Every time Roddy Piper's on the screen, doom, 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 doom. Not as catchy as Halloween, but you know,
It was acceptable.
Yeah.
It fit the vibe.
So it says,
Right.
they influence our decisions without us knowing it. They numb our senses without us feeling it. They control our lives without us realizing it. They live.
Dun, dun.
And then it says Nada. They never say his name, but his name is Nada. Like in Spanish, Nada meaning nothing.
He's nobody.
They're trying to
Yeah.
say that he's nothing.
Nada, a down on his luck construction worker, discovers a pair of special sunglasses. Wearing them, he is able to see the world as it really is. People being bombarded by media and government with messages like stay asleep, no imagination, submit to authority. Even scarier is that he is able to see that some of the usual normal looking people are in fact ugly aliens in charge of massive campaigns that keep humans subdued. Wow. So I don't even know where to go. But before we even get into the movie, I mean, this movie came out when? 1990? 87? 1988. 1988.
88?
88. Yeah. How much? Everything came out in 88?
Yeah.
How much of this movie was Nostradamusine where we're at now?
Shit. Let's just hope everything except the damn aliens.
Oh, the aliens are here.
Yeah.
The aliens are here.
I agree.
But the part that they all controlling us and everything else like that's nothing that you really want. That's rough to stomach, but this shit is fucking real, God. That stuff messed my head up. Because it's so real. You know, everything, you know, how you have people right now in society, you know, separated right now through everything, you know, the constant divide that we have against each other in this country for no apparent reason. You know, everything is just so neck and neck nowadays that it just seems like a straight oppression towards everything. You know, that's how they keep you divided.
Keep you distracted.
Yep.
To keep you divided.
Yep.
So, this movie starts off with this guy that's getting off of a train, and they're in Los Angeles, right?
I think so.
It can be.
I know they say something about the West Coast. They're listening to the radio and talking about how they're on the West Coast.
Okay. It could be any West Coast city.
Somewhere, yeah. So he gets off of the train. He's backpacking. He's homeless, and he's looking for work. Goes to the.
Hold up, wait. Let's call it what it is.
What is it?
He's not homeless. He's a hobo.
Well, he doesn't have the stick with the bendo
on it. If you're riding the rails, you're a hobo. Keep going.
The scientific term is hobo sapien.
Hobo sapien.
He's a hobo sapien.
Okay.
He's home challenged.
He's home challenged.
Yeah.
Okay. Hobo.
Okay. Man, I don't know about you, but back in the day, we had a hobo day at school where you'd show up with painted up like a clown. You had the little bendo, which is the handkerchief tied at the end of the stick. It was like a clown day, like during Spirit Week. We had hobo day.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I don't think you can say hobo no more.
I don't think you can dress like a hobo anymore.
Yeah, I don't think you're allowed to do that no more.
That would be offensive.
To the hobo people?
Mm-hmm.
Well, to the people that are defending the hobo people.
Yeah, because the hobos wouldn't care. They wouldn't even know that you were saying that.
All I know is there was a time and place where Deborah and I were homeless.
Yeah.
So
we can talk about
like legitimately homeless, bro. Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
We lived in our truck.
Hard times. We've discussed. I've had hard times as well.
Yes.
Yeah,
so back to They Live. I'm sorry. Y'all broke the rails. Y'all broke the rails, and that's where I'm going.
All right, come on. We're gonna keep this focused today. Because this movie deserves
our real full attention.
Yes, so we're gonna keep focused. That's it.
So I never noticed. So I saw this movie back in the day, like way back in the day, like when I don't know. I didn't see it in the theater, but I saw it on VHS.
Way back in the day.
Yes. And back when I was a little kid watching the movie, to me it was just an alien movie. I never saw the subtext. I never got the message until I got older. And I don't mean like yesterday older. I mean as I got older. But just some of the visual cues that I didn't catch until we watched it the other day. I didn't realize that they had actually spray painted "They Live" right there by the tracks
in the beginning. Yeah.
And that was the logo.
I was like, hey, I never realized that was there.
Yeah, they live while we sleep.
Yes.
They are woke. Yeah.
And that's actually what I have on the screen right now. I don't know for anybody watching the YouTube version of it.
They live, we sleep.
They live, we sleep. See that?
I guess this is the original meaning of the term you woke.
Yeah.
You woke. You got the sunglasses on.
Yep. Wow.
Wow, I didn't even think about that.
Wow. You see the aliens for what they are.
And now that alien is.
Now I look just like that.
Whoa! Ugly son of motherfuckers, ain't they? Man, that Joker ugly.
You think he's ugly? Look at the next picture. Wait. No, I don't want to delete that. Why did that pop on the screen like that? Did y'all see that?
Yep.
Man, turn that ugly fool off.
Okay, well, what about this one right here? Looks like Joan Rivers.
Oh my God. Ugly. That's the one that Piper snapped on at the liquor store.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like,
Man, you ugly.
So.
I love Roddy Piper. I love Roddy Piper.
So he meets up. He's trying to get a job at the the food stamp place, and the lady's like, "We don't have any jobs right now." Didn't even look at him. We ain't got no jobs for you.
She just didn't like him.
And then he goes out to a work site, and the guy's like, "You got your own tools?" "Yeah, I got my own tools." He's like, "Oh, well, this is a union job, so you can't get in here if you're union." And then Roddy Piper turns to the left, and he sees a bunch of guys that happen to be picked up at the Home Depot. And he's like, "Oh, it's a union job. Let me talk to the magistrate or whatever, the site coordinator." Yeah, that. I don't know any union stuff. And the guy's like, "All right, fine, we'll give you a job." So he gets a job, and I've never worked construction, so I don't know anything about this. But I mean, have you ever heard of construction people getting paid every day?
Depends on what kind of job it is.
True. So he's kind of working like a day laborer.
Right. That's why he's asking, like, when do I get paid? You know,
because the guy tells him, he goes, "You can't be sleeping here."
He tells him when I get paid. He said Thursday, but that wasn't Thursday.
Yeah.
Or maybe he gets paid weekly.
I don't know.
Sleeping on the site. Yeah, that's messed. At least he wasn't late for work in the morning.
Yeah, it's true.
You know,
he could start as early.
Day, sir.
That's what I'm saying. He could start as early as they wanted him to.
Yeah, you work all night sometimes. Be finishing something up. I get it tonight when I'm at home. You know?
I'll come in after hours.
Right.
So he runs into Keith David, who's always also working there. And the guy's like, "Well, you know, if you go down over here, you can get some hot food and a place to stay." And Roddy Piper, his ass is just like, doesn't even talk to him or anything like that. So I always want to call him David Keith.
Because he was showing off his chest.
Yeah, he never looked that ripped in wrestling.
Ooh, Piper?
Piper was never that ripped when he was wrestling.
What are you talking about, man? Roddy was always ripped. What are you talking about?
Not like how he was in this movie. He was in great shape, but not like how he was in this movie.
He worked extra hard on this movie.
We are not going to debate the physique
but that's what
of Roddy.
Dude, man, you cannot tarnish Hot Rod. Don't just sit up here and be talking about Hot Rod in this negative fashion like you're doing right now. Okay? Don't do that.
He didn't talk to him because he was concentrating on how his chest was looking.
You're saying that Keith David was checking out Roddy Piper?
Everybody was checking out Roddy Piper. Why?
Nah.
You wouldn't check out Roddy Piper? Come on. Back then?
No.
Did you see his chest?
Anyways. So. And that mullet. So. This is the part that I was like, I don't know how friendships get started or anything like that. But Keith David turns around and he's like, "I don't take kindly to people following me." And Roddy Piper's like, "I'm not following you. Just, I don't know where you're going. I can't follow you if I don't know where you're going." And they just both look at each other like, hey.
Right.
Now they're friends for life. BFFs.
That's how it started.
So they go to a homeless camp, right? And they're eating and everything's good. And then there's this, Roddy Piper's playing harmonica at 4:00 in the morning. What kind of asshole does that?
A hobo. That's what you do on the train.
Yeah.
Play the little harmonica.
With your stick hanging over your shoulder.
Right, with one leg dangling over the boxcar.
Did you notice he had the harmonica like in his face like this, and he wasn't moving his head, he wasn't moving the harmonica, but he was hitting like all the notes?
Don't look. It's the gimmick, okay?
What's a gimmick? I don't know what a gimmick is.
It's the character.
Are you saying the harmonica was a work? Is it work?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know what that means. But so here's the thing. So Roddy Piper's watching that church across the street all night, right? Next day, he tells Keith David, he tells him, hey, there's, a lot of stuff going on in that church. He's like, oh, well, they got stuff going on in that church. He's like, till 4 o'clock in the morning? It's like, well, don't you have to go to work tomorrow? What are you doing watching the church till 4 o'clock in the morning playing harmonica, keeping everybody awake? Next day, he goes and B&E's, breaking and entering into the church, finds all this stuff. It looks like they're making crack or something in the back.
With the camera.
No, they didn't even have any molds to make any lenses or anything like that, but they had beakers and test tubes and shit like that with different colors.
Man, see, there you go again. This is scientific work, bro.
But they didn't have a mold for the glasses.
In fact, you don't know what they doing. They doing some stuff ahead of your time, God. You don't know that they put this stuff
No.
You don't know.
They had another room.
No.
They didn't show.
That's no Bugs Bunny shit where you pour like one water into another liquid and then another liquid,
man.
And then it goes.
Let me tell you something.
And then there's sunglasses in the bottom of the beaker.
This is about the survival of the human race, Josh. And you being real technical right now, and you taking this a little bit too far.
Humans are
Josh.
done.
I don't care.
Done.
I don't care
They're
what
over.
they make them sunglasses out of. I don't care if they take a goat and make it take a crap on them and they rub it around in the glasses and then they put it on my face and I can see them aliens. Let me tell you something. I'm gonna buy 10 pair.
You see Roddy Piper, how he's looking at you?
Like, what?
The fuck did you just say?
You're gonna put crap on the glass?
I wouldn't care how they made them. Just give me a pair.
Oh my God. So back to They Live. 1988's They Live. The next day.
Looking at us like that.
The next day, I wonder, is it his name's Nada Piper. Is it his fault they got busted? Because then he goes and gets a pair of binoculars.
Well,
and he's there all day for like 4 hours, 5 hours with the binoculars. And then the helicopter's looking down at him like, what's this guy looking at?
Well, yeah, I think it may have been. No, I don't think it was. They were already watching the church. Because like you said, he walked in and the helicopter was already like flying. So they already kind of knew. Yeah,
but if there's a guy, the giant guy with a mullet sitting in one space for 5 hours with binoculars.
No. They were tracing the signal. Because when they were coming over, because when they were coming overlapping their signal, they were pinpointing the area where the disturbance was coming from. So
you're saying it was like in those movies where they're like, keep them on the phone for 31 seconds. And everything's just tracking in and then.
Yes, that's how you do with the radio
which
stuff.
Is bullshit, by the way. That tracking.
No, that actually does work. That's with
you don't have
radio.
Yeah, but you don't have to be like, hey, keep them on the line for 32 more seconds. Keep them talking. Keep them talking.
As soon as I try to break down the science, here we go.
So he gets these Stevie Wonder glasses, right? And he goes back and finds a little trap door that he had accidentally stumbled across.
It was after he found the glasses afterwards.
After the Gestapo raid.
Yeah.
Man, they came in and not only did they bust the church, but they cleared out the homeless camp with bulldozers Could have been
And then
running
they-
over people.
Well, they were.
Yeah.
Remember, they hit that one van, and that lady was in there.
Well,
I don't
she got out.
I don't even think they realized that the lady was in there. Like when they were
They
filming.
didn't
Like
care.
in real life when they
Yeah,
filmed it.
she was like, "Hey."
No, the reason why they took them out was because that they some of them ran over there, so they were trying to flush them out, so they would consider them as hiding in that location. So that's why they took them out like that and took out the poor people over there. Because then when they raided the church, everybody that didn't drive off, they ran over there.
Yes.
That's true. So it's their fault
Yes.
that all these homeless people.
So
don't
you're
have
saying it was just like in Full Metal Jacket, where he's like, those who run are Viet Cong.
Yep.
Those who don't run are well-trained Viet Cong.
Exactly.
That's what they were thinking.
Yep.
So, all serious, all joking aside, being a little bit more serious with it. Sorry about that. It was a bad day today. I'm trying to have some fun right now. But the whole Gestapo raid and the whole shutting down of free thought, which at this point in the movie we don't know that that's what it is. We just think it's the police coming in and busting, these homeless people and this church. And then Piper, the next day, he goes back and he finds those sunglasses. And I don't understand how he just didn't put them on there. Like, why do you have them in his pocket? Then he's walking down the street and all of a sudden he's like, okay, now I'm going to put these sunglasses on.
Because after that church raid, he was kind of a little like, who's watching me?
Yeah.
He was a little paranoid after that because he knew it was like something really going on. Because you think about the church. When he went to the church, they heard all those people singing. It was just a recorder going with some speakers.
Reel to reel. Yep.
Yeah. So he was like, this junk ain't.
He was like
It's
freaked
something
out.
Yeah.
Okay, I can see that. And then when he finally got clear, he's like, all right, this is what I got from them. Let me put them on.
Yeah, might as
see
well
what
try it
the
on.
big deal about these glasses are.
Yep.
And this is when he sees, I mean, I don't want to get too conspiracy or anything like this on
Is
this
this
podcast.
him being woke? Did he wake up
He got woke.
Yeah.
Woke.
putting on
This
the
is when he-
glasses?
Yes, when he put those glasses on, he became woke.
Literally and figuratively.
Mm-hmm.
Because this
It
is
was-
when he sees all the subliminal ads. And we know that these things are listening to us.
Mhm.
We know that they're showing us ads catered and cultivated and twisted by what they hear from us talking. And
Yeah.
back then in 88, they were telling us this already.
Yep.
We know the blue light from this makes our brains just kind of like go into zombie mode. That's why people can't sleep. Raises anxiety. We know that.
Gives us headaches. Yeah.
That was something Deb pointed out. Go ahead, Deb. My bad.
Whenever they had when they would interfere in whatever they were watching,
When the signal would get broken.
Mm-hmm.
everybody would complain about having headaches. Even Roddy Piper, he went like this. He was like his head hurt, and then that
Before the glasses.
yeah, before the glasses, and then the lady and the wife and the husband, she was like, my head hurts. He's like, mine do too. Mine does too.
That was actually the father and the daughter.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
They
joke
were
was
saying their
wild.
head hurt.
You know what was tripped out though? How those glasses, there's something about those glasses was tripped out too, because they also affected your hearing.
The glasses did?
Yeah,
That goes into another theory about vibration.
it did. Because the news shows.
He could hear what they were really saying when he was seeing them in their alien mode.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, and then in the beginning, before he went to the construction, he was just, when they showed him walking, remember they showed the guy and he was looking at the TV? And he was
Yeah.
just standing there and he looked like a zombie. He was just looking at the TV.
Well, and the same thing with Piper when he's sitting outside that house, staring into the house, watching. Whenever there's a TV on, whenever there's a screen on, you're hypnotized. You're in the trance. You've got that chemical activated in your brain.
That's how people look at their cell phones now. You just see them just standing there looking.
Yep.
They got us.
Yep.
You
And-
know, that would just be like some aliens just to be like assholes about it and say, "Look how we screwed you guys over. We're going to make a movie about it."
hiding in plain sight.
Yep.
Yep.
What's that saying?
Something about the biggest trick the devil ever done was made people think he didn't exist.
Yep.
Something or another. I'm paraphrasing badly.
Yep.
No, that's about it. It's good enough. Good enough for government work. At least Cat of the Pod work.
So
watch TV.
So here's one of the pictures right here. Obey, sleep, watch TV.
So my question on that.
Well, real quick, as we're saying this podcast, are we just assuming everybody's seen this movie already?
I would have said everybody's watched this movie already, but
Cobweb hadn't seen this movie yet.
No.
With the greatest fight captured on film of all time.
Yeah.
In the beginning of this podcast, we do warn people.
You have been warned.
So.
No, I'm just saying because we're going off on little tangents, comparing stuff to conspiracy theories and all that.
Oh.
And we're not talking directly about the movie, but I mean, this is a movie that's just so well known and been played, not played, but so many people have seen it.
Yeah.
I don't know how much to say about it other than the stuff that I didn't catch the first time through.
Somebody, a guy at my job, when I was telling him about that we're going to do this episode tonight, he said he never saw it.
What?
Yeah, he said, I never seen that before. He says, oh, wow.
Well,
I showed him the trailer, and he was like, whoa.
Hopefully he watches it before he hears this.
Yeah.
Yeah, right? Yeah.
Because I don't know what people are going to pull from this episode other than
Oh,
the conspiracy theories
and what I had for breakfast when I was 10 years old.
Oh man, please. We got plenty of more. We still ain't even talk. Let's okay. Let's get into the one of the I know I'm finna jump up, but let's get into the fight scene. Because I see the picture right down here in the middle of the screen right here. And I can't say that with him and Keith David, that fight scene I watched twice. The first time I watched that job.
When MTV Awards used to give awards for the movies and stuff, what didn't they?
I think they got Fight of the Century or something.
Yeah.
Like that.
So before we get into the fight, let me ask both y'all a question.
Okay.
If he were to ask y'all, like, if he would have been like, "Here, put these glasses on," would y'all have put the glasses on, or would y'all have been like, "No, I don't want to"? Like,
well, see, here's the thing though. This fight happens after Roddy Piper puts on the glasses, loses his shit, goes into a bank, shoots two officers, then goes into a bank, then starts unloading on aliens. And he came up with the, according to John Carpenter, ad-lib line, one of the greatest lines of all time. I've come to do two things: chew bubblegum and kick ass. And I'm all out of bubblegum.
Yep.
One of the greatest lines of all time.
But he must have. Okay, so he was a good guy because he went and gave him his money. If you're saying, oh, no. He
knows. Keith David knows that he had faith. He trusted Piper. So, more time went by than a couple of days. They'd known each other for a little bit,
Yeah.
And he thought he was a good guy and all that. But then, it's like you see on the news. I would have never known he did that. He was such a good guy.
Yeah, but he thought he was a good guy enough to take him his money.
He did give him like a week's salary.
He gave him a week's worth of pay. Maybe it was just so he could get rid of him. He's like, I don't want this crazy motherfucker around. I mean, if he doesn't get any money to get away and run away, he's still gonna be hanging out. Maybe he thought that.
Well, he could have been like, "Here, give me your stupid glasses so I can get you out of the way. Put on the glasses and then be woke."
He don't want to be roped into nothing that he got because he thinks he's crazy. He don't want nothing to happen when he's just trying to walk the line.
But he wants to stay asleep.
Yes.
He wants to stay asleep.
He wants to stay asleep.
He doesn't know what truly being woke was until he put. Man, I don't. There were times in that fight I didn't know who was gonna win. I didn't know. Just when you thought it was over, just when you thought the fight was over,
one of them would get back.
This movie, the fight in They Live is a 50-50 fight. And I don't mean 50-50 Piper could have won it, 50-50 Keith David could have won it. I mean 50-50 the most realistic, devastating moves ever, and then the most fake acidest moves
it was like
ever
they said
in the fight.
You're going to have a fight scene right here. Do whatever you want.
I like when Piper went to sneak rack Keith David. He's like, "You dirty motherfucker."
He was mad. He tried to hit him with the 2x4 and he broke the window. Then he knew it was all.
He's like, I'm sorry. Deborah's all like, "That's his car." I'm like, "No, that's not his car. He's homeless too."
Right.
I was like, then why is he mad about the window?
Because he swung a 2x4 at his head. There's a difference when you're fighting with your friends and whatever, but swinging a 2x4 at a man's head is crossing the line. And
exactly.
You got carried away.
Yeah, that's the point.
Right. No, I'm not at that point. No, I'm not putting on your sunglasses either. Okay. No, no.
Well, then you're just gonna have Roddy Piper beat you up and then put the glasses on you.
Piper did not win the fight.
He was the last man standing.
That's pretty much how it works.
I don't think Piper won the fight. Even though he does get the glasses on, Keith David
won the fight.
Yeah. But
he was the last man standing.
It was a very realistic. It was a very realistic fight until Keith David got up on top of him and then hit him in the nuts with a knee.
Ooh.
And then popped up in the air again, and then boom with the knee like 4 times in the nuts. I don't care if he missed 75% of the time. One of those times, that's the full weight of a full grown ass man coming down knee first on your testicles.
Man, that was intense. It was just intense. It was that just set the tone for the rest of the movie.
Yeah.
Man, and you know what the bad part about it is that when he did put the glasses on him and he started seeing that shit, I bet she was feeling like, I should just put the glasses. We done beat the shit out of each other, and you was right, and I was wrong, and I should just listen to your ass and put these glasses on.
Should just put the glasses on.
Yep.
You dirty mother.
He was all ticked off at Roddy too. Started asking questions like, "What we gonna do? How we gonna get through this?" Everything's like, "Come on, man! When you come up with an idea, you let me know." My idea was to get you. Okay.
So then they go to a flop house, right? And they're all trying to look all cool and everything like that. They're walking in. He's like, "Give me a room." Piper's all got his collar up.
They beat the hell up. You see his jaw?
He looked like me and Deborah last week. Both of us got teeth pulled. We had dental work done. Deborah's all like, facial all up right here. My jaw was all this way.
Still hurting right here. Like, oh,
They look like they beat the holy hell out of each other. I'm telling you. And Piper was having a hard day. Remember, because we even forgot the part that he got thrown out that damn window.
This was after the window?
Yes.
Dude, so yes, you're right. He kidnaps Evil Lynn from Masters of the Universe. You know that's who it was, right? Meg Foster?
Yep.
With her crazy color eyes.
How could I forget Evil Lynn?
That's part of that movie.
Yeah.
I don't know, Skeletor was pretty good too in that movie. Anyways, I forgot where we're at. So he goes back to her place, right? And she's like, "I'm thirsty." Goes gets a bottle of champagne. Alcohol's gonna dehydrate you, lady. You got a problem. You need to talk to somebody about that alcohol problem.
Yeah.
So she hits him in the back of the head. There he goes, face first through a plate glass window. Does a perfect swan dive. Rolls over onto his back, like 25 feet below, 30 feet below.
Man.
Gets up. He's got a limp. Where do you hear that music?
Then he go
Out the window.
No, remember he made some noise, and I was like, did he just make that noise? And
He kept throwing out a window. Let me tell you something. If I got hit upside the head with a champagne bottle and thrown out a two-story plate glass window, I'm pretty sure I'll be making some noises you never heard before.
No, but
I've been hit across
the
head with a bottle. I'll tell you that story off pod.
But it wasn't. It wasn't like a or anything. It was like a like how the comic books do. Blam.
Oh, right.
He said yarg.
I can't remember what word, and I wanted to bring it up. Like, I remember he said something, and I was like, "What? Did he just say that?"
You know, was tripped out too because he was trying to get her to put the shades on too, and she wouldn't do it.
She told him. Yeah, go ahead. I'm not bad.
Yeah, no, go ahead, Josh. What she said.
No. I'm sorry.
Well, here's the thing. Because she told him, I'm gonna say whatever you want me to say anyway. Yeah, I see it or whatever, or something else like that. And when she knocked him out, she saw the glasses sitting there on the floor. Because she made a call to the police. So you think?
No, she called the police.
She just called the wrong police.
No, she called the correct police. But as we find out at the end of the movie, she bought in.
She was always bought in.
That's what I think. I think she was a bad guy to begin with.
She was always in. She was in from the get-go.
I didn't think she was.
I did.
Huh.
Because when later on,
because she worked for the studio.
She worked for the studio, right? And when Roddy Piper and Keith, when they went into that meeting, remember? And when they met back with the
she shows up and then
they get raided.
Mm-hmm.
That bitch.
Yep.
She was evil in.
She needed the glasses to get in.
So going back to when they find the flop house, and we're gonna show
wait, that was huge.
What was that?
Because those glasses, that's how she got in, was able to infiltrate them because she had those glasses.
I don't know what you're talking about.
When she came up to, remember you had to come up. The guy had when you came up to the to get into the little meeting that they were having.
You had to prove you were in somehow, and she had the glasses.
Yeah. Snake.
And the fight was after that because that's when Roddy Piper went back
and got the extra
glasses so that he could have the fight and put it on him.
Jeez.
Because he was like, I left my glasses in that lady's house. Now I gotta go back and get the box.
Yeah.
Right.
And that's when he went into the garbage truck.
And then the guy's like, what? They're not going to pay us? See what I'm going to do. And then he just dumps all the trash out.
Mm-hmm. That's how they get it. Man, let me tell you something. Go ahead, Josh. That it just rubs me so the wrong way.
So it gets to the point where they have the meeting that Deborah was talking about that they get raided at. And they have contact lenses now. See, because when you wear the glasses, it blocks the signal, which triggers that chemical in your brain. And so Piper even says that. He says that when he kidnaps Evelyn, he says, man, when you wear these, it's like a drug because your mind's free. Your brain's free. Mm-hmm. He goes, but when you take them off, the downside is bad. Well, because that's all the chemicals coming back into your brain. That's the triggers from all the hypnosis and all the unawokeness coming back.
Yeah. The numbing.
So now they have these contacts. That way you don't have that problem. You leave the contacts in. I don't know how it doesn't give you the high, but so that's when they have the contacts. And for the rest of the movie, they don't have to wear the glasses and all that.
Man, those contacts are sweet. Those are lifesavers right there, man. Mm-hmm. Those are lifesavers.
So after the raid, they get cornered, and it's David Keith, and it's Keith David, and Piper, and they have one of the watches, one of the alien watches, and he hits the button, and it doesn't teleport him or anything like that, but it opens up a hole in the ground, and they jump into the hole, and then now they're in the alien subway system.
Mm-hmm.
And who do they run into, Deb?
They run into one of the guys from the camp.
They run into Buck Flower.
Yep.
He sold.
He sold out.
He did sell out.
He went from being homeless to being a bajillionaire overnight.
I wonder if he helped them pinpoint the
church.
The church.
If he was behind it the whole time.
I didn't even think about that.
He could have, because why would they allow him to sell out? He had to give them something to bring them into the fold.
And he had to be like hiding.
For him to be so high in the group already.
Yeah.
That he's there wearing a tuxedo while they're having their eyes wide shut party.
Yeah.
Yep.
I didn't even think about that. This movie has so many layers. And I feel bad now because I was trying to do all this comedy at the beginning of it. But this movie deserves attention that it hasn't gotten.
Yep. Does that mean you're woke now? You're woke to the movie?
I'm woked to the movie. So did you notice this part, Cobweb?
With the which one is this?
This is the troops with the Ghostbusters PKE meter.
Yes. Yes, I did notice that.
Using it as a walkie-talkie.
Yep, I did. I did notice that. That was crazy. I was dying with that, right? I was like, oh man, they're using that PKE thing, right?
They're like, hey guys, I found this box of stuff right here. Maybe we could use it. It was from another movie.
It says something Zool.
Zool.
He's like, oh, they look like walkie-talkies. Let's use them.
So they have this plan to hijack the signal from Channel 54 where Evil Lynn works. I don't think they knew. I think they just thought that they were going to go in, disrupt the signal, and then more of a message can come out.
Yeah.
But what happens is they go in, they disrupt the signal. Now all the aliens can be seen. It was like a camouflage signal.
Yep.
Yeah.
So like this picture I got right here, old guy in the bar, he's just like, oh, what's going on over there? And everybody's looking at him like, you ugly motherfucker.
Yep.
Even the ones in the news people.
Yeah, then you can see their real faces. You can see the messages.
Mm-hmm.
So if we were watching TV or we were at like a bar or whatever, and then we saw that, what would y'all do? Like, what would
hit him with a chair?
Yeah.
Kill it!
Coming right for us.
Right. Somebody get a rope. Yeah.
Can you imagine that? Like sitting at a restaurant and then out of nowhere you just turn around.
All I'm picturing is Jay and Silent Bob Strikes Back. Yo, this motherfucker fucks sheeps. He ain't one of us, yo. So going back to the seriousness of it. So they find Meg Foster. They think she's being held captive there at Channel 54. They're running up to the top of the building to disable the signal. And she shoots Keith David in the head.
I was so mad. Because I had just asked you, like, is she a good guy? Is she a bad guy? And you're like, oh, she's a good guy. She's a good guy. And then she does that, and I'm like,
she unalives.
How is that a good guy?
How could she even? What happened when they got separated there? Why would he be thinking that she would be back there at the TV station?
But she told him. She told him that she worked at the station.
Yeah, I didn't like that whole thing. It seemed a little bit too. Yeah.
Bad writing, lazy writing. In a good movie.
Or Gullible Piper falling for the beautiful woman.
With
I have
the
to
pretty
save her
eyes.
from all of this, and because he did say that like a little bit, because he did lose himself in it, because Keith David told him, like, cut it out, dude, come on.
And he's like, no, we gotta go get her.
Right. So he became like a little bit. His obsession was kind of like.
And he kept asking everybody. He kept asking everybody if they knew where she was at.
So
right. That wasn't what the whole thing was about. Get up there and throw that damn thing. He said he's looking for her.
Mm-hmm.
He ends up shooting her, right? I can't remember.
Yeah,
or does she live?
No, he shoots her.
And then the helicopter shoots him. But then he shoots the dish, one dish. All I know is, I don't want to talk shit about this movie because I love this movie so much. But if this is the one dish that controls all your disguise, your camouflage, aren't you gonna have more security around it?
Well, he did kill a lot of the guards.
No, but I mean, still, he shoots it. He shoots it with a 22, little bitty 22. I mean, they need some lightning rods up there on top of the building or something.
First of all, he knew where to shoot it at because he had the contact, so he was woke.
Okay,
so he knew exactly where to shoot it at. He knew where to shoot it at, where the vulnerability was. And second, those aliens, you could tell that they were very complacent because they felt they were in complete control. They took over the whole planet. Like Odu said, there's no countries.
Yeah.
At that point in time, they're like, there's not going to be anybody. That's why nobody was harassing them down there. They thought that they were like one of them.
Yep. And if they weren't a person, there was a lot of people that sold out to them.
Well, that's what Cobweb's saying. That makes sense. They didn't even care. Buck Flower guy didn't even get. He's like, "Hey boys, what are you doing down here? You should have dressed better." Blah blah blah. Didn't even think about them being there to cause havoc or change stuff up because they were so cocky. They didn't even think that anybody would have broke their system.
Right.
Yeah. That's a good point. They were assholes.
Oh. And then when they got tired or whatever, they just go back to their own planet for a little while and then come back here and screw ours up for a little bit.
They showed the transporter that they could go back to Alpha Centauri and come back in a few minutes.
Yeah.
But they also talked about how they were terraforming the Earth and burning off the polar caps and raising the gas in the air just to make the climate and the atmosphere more comfortable for them.
Oh yeah.
What was it doing to us?
And what it is now. That's what it's doing then. I mean, this is you can look at this movie as a 1984 open your eyes, warning. But then again, you can also go back and look at Idiocracy.
Yes.
As the same thing.
Well, we're like
almost
there.
When the Rock wins that presidency, it's all over.
Dude, yes. The Rock Camacho.
Yeah.
Terry Crews should run. I vote for him.
Man, we got quiet in that part because of the realism, the realness that sunk in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's kind of scary when you think about it. Because like right now, like all our allergies, all our...
Yes, as I'm muted for my nose right now.
Like the air and everything. It's scary.
Yes. Now, if anybody's listened all the way through, which we know the dozens and dozens and dozens of pod people. Cowboy doesn't like when I say that. He wants me to be millions and millions and millions.
It's okay for now.
See, I said dozens and dozens and dozens.
Right.
I mean, that's a lot. At least 36.
That's not enough. We got more than that.
This is true because we do have the numbers for it. But you can tell when we like movies or when we're really into these movies because we don't have much to say about them. And
there's like nothing bad to say about the movie. There's a couple things that I was like,
it's very 1980s.
Yeah. Well, I mean, back then, when I saw it the first time I saw it, I loved the movie. And there are some things, like how you were saying that, the bad writing on some parts. But there's not that much bad to say about it.
See, and this hiring a wrestler to be in the main hero in your movie at this time was kind of unheard of, unless you're talking about like Silver King or El Santo or something like that in Spanish language movies.
See, but then you got to think about it right then and there. When that was popping off, that was around the same time MTV was really hot. Mm-hmm. Cyndi Lauper, The whole thing.
WrestleMania.
WrestleMania 1, WrestleMania 2, all that stuff was going on around that time. So it made perfect sense to strike while the iron is hot and get a badass like the Hot Rod to come in there and do that, John. Because let me tell you, there was nobody more of a badass back in the day than Hot Rod. I still remember that look of him walking down that WrestleMania down to that aisle with his head bopping like that, laughing with that doggone Black Cat t-shirt on. You know, come on. Total badass. Total badass.
So, I think we should get to the bring out the calculator. What do y'all think?
I'll go first.
Oh, shit. All right, Deborah. What do you got?
I give this a 10.
A 10?
Mm-hmm.
Cobweb, can I go next?
Go ahead, man.
So back in the day, I would have gave it a 7. And just because of the stuff we've seen now, I'm gonna give it an 8.5. The stuff we're realizing now that's in the movie.
I'm gonna go with Deb and give it a 10.
Oh shit.
Yeah. That's a must see. It's a must see.
I think this is the highest rated movie we've ever talked about.
That was dope, bro.
9.5.
It was like a slow burn that just burned and burned and burned your soul. Yeah. That jump was hardcore, man. It just hits you so real because you just really think about it. Even like they said, who's destroying these? Let me get started. Who's destroying this climate? You know, it's not me or you right now. It's these big major rich companies.
And why are they doing it when there's other ways to do things? Yep. I
think I'm woke.
That's the t-shirt. I'm gonna make the t-shirt tonight. I think I'm woke.
I think I'm woke. I watched They Live. I think I'm woke. Listen to the latest Path to the Pod episode. You are woke.
I think I'm woke.
I think I'm woke.
Oh shit.
Deb, you're right. I couldn't, when you came out with that, I was thinking about that 10. You know, and I was just thinking, I was like, maybe, and I was like, yeah. It was really good. I mean, you can't really, there's nothing really bad about it. It was directed very well. I mean, for what it could be, it was. I mean, the storyline was very good.
It was.
Outstanding.
You know what I would like to see in the world of They Live?
What?
RoboCop. It just seems like they could live like in the same, like, old Detroit and wherever this looks like they'd be in the same universe somehow.
And RoboCop can fight the aliens?
Well, that's how they had the science. They had the alien science there with some human scientists. And I don't know. It just those two movies. I mean, that would be a good movie night there. They Live and RoboCop.
I can agree with that. I would watch them together
the
same night.
I can see. I buy that for $1.
And then we can end the night doing the RoboCop.
Dance till you drop.
The RoboCop. That
was
never heard.
Oh my goodness, that will be off pot. That will be
there's
off
so
pot.
much. There's so much. This culture shock is completely.
I tell you,
the theme continues.
Yes. Man. So what was your favorite part, Josh and Deb, besides the fight scene?
Besides the fight scene?
What was your favorite part?
You go first, Deb.
When he first when Roddy Piper puts on the glasses and he like talks crap to the lady.
What does he
And-
tell her? Looks like you deep fried your face or something.
Classic Piper.
And then the clerk is all like, "That's enough."
Yeah.
He's like, "You're okay," but that one.
He straight up walked in the bank, said, "Fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. You're
Yeah.
cool. Fuck you."
And then
Right.
he didn't even realize that he was in the bank. He was like running from the cops,
And he just
and he went into the first building he could go into, and then he was like, "Oh, trying to, like, okay." And then he turns around, and then he saw the aliens, and he was like, "Whoa."
Maybe this was a bad idea. Maybe I didn't think this out far enough.
I was like, of all the places he could go into, he goes into a bank
A
with a
bank.
shotgun.
A bank.
No,
I've
that's
come
not-
here to do two things: chew bubble gum
He does
and
not
kick
sound
ass.
like that.
He sounds just like that.
No, he doesn't.
Just
No.
like that.
He doesn't.
Did you guys notice something else too? That the humans that he did come in contact with from time to time did help him? Like that one cop. He didn't kill that one cop that came up to him. You know,
What
that
did
was a human.
he told him? He goes, "Get those feet a flapping," or something like
Right,
that.
right. And then there was another lady, I think when he was in the building or something like that, she helped him too. Because he didn't kill any when
He
all
didn't
that
kill
situation.
humans.
Yeah, he only killed the alien. And trust me, the
But-
humans, there was something they didn't really care for those people either. Because they were always above them.
But going back into the things that divide us as people now in the real world, the humans in this movie were being bought over by the aliens because the aliens know that they're outnumbered by these humans.
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter what kind of technology they have or whatever, the humans just through attrition could wear them out, could take them out. So what do? They find greedy ass humans and make them think, "Hey, you're part of us. And it's us against them. And look at everything we can give you. But you need to help keep them down. You need to." They drew the separation. And it went from being people against aliens to the small group of aliens with a larger group of people against people, just separated by greed.
Man, I wish I could have seen the next 48 hours after this, after the movie ended. The next 48.
Dude.
So does Roddy Piper die?
Yeah, he got shot.
Well, because he was still alive, though.
And then the top of the building blew up.
That's right.
And he's not around
Okay.
for the sequel. Deb.
There was a sequel. It's called Nap.
They nap.
No, it's
I forgot that
they,
it-
they live, we sleep. So
Part 2,
yeah,
the continuation. More people gave in.
they live.
Man, I would have loved to see that.
Dude, the
I would love to
sequel.
see the-
The
This-
sequel's in 2022.
The sequel's called Woke.
Yep.
We should make it.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Because I
Hey,
know
we
all
did a
hell broke
zombie
loose.
movie.
I know all hell broke loose. I know it all broke loose after that junk popped off.
Did it
I
though?
bet- I bet you it did, boy. I bet you it did. They were probably hightailing this, but they bust off this planet. Hightailing it.
Only the ones that were in that building.
Well, because everybody around the planet, all of them lost their camouflage. Or at least in Los Angeles.
Yeah. And it won't
Or-
take long for this. It won't take long for that information to get everywhere else.
So what job sold out?
Fuck yeah. I mean, no.
Would you stay asleep?
You say red pill, blue pill, red pill, blue pill.
It's not like I am saying if there is a secret organization out there right now that can guarantee me millions of dollars, I will do what. No, I'm not saying that. Long life, health, and money. No, I would never. No.
Never.
Just to sell out humans?
Nah, I can't. Once I put them shades on, it's on. The revolution with me, the revolution would have been televised.
You know what? If
I would be
they
a vampire.
no, if they came up to me and Buck Flower guy was like, oh, you boys need to come over here and blah blah blah, join the group, I'd have been like, man, I put these damn sunglasses on, all defective from China and shit.
Okay.
I didn't see nothing. Where do I sign up, Mr. Buckflower?
See, Deb, we know now right now. You go over. We would have been hanging out with Josh and got hit upside the head with champagne bottles.
No, because y'all are my people, and y'all'd go along with me. Like if I would have won the bajillion dollars in the lotto the other day, y'all would have been taken care of too.
That's very kind of you.
Because if I got it, my people got it. That's all I'm saying. And if and if y'all want to wear the sunglasses and not go along for the ride, that's on y'all. But I'll open the door to the car. Come on in.
I don't want that. I'm not going in on that. Sitting at that table.
Why? Why?
Sitting at that table.
Why?
I'm not sitting at that table. No, man. Skip that junk. What are you talking about, man? They ain't selling out the whole human race.
What the human race do for you?
Going to hell on a handbasket. God damn.
I'm not saying you gotta take nobody out or do anything horrible.
This is worse than the whole good vampire thing, bro. You can't do this shit.
You can be a good vampire. Just take out the bad people.
Right. I'm just going, sure, I'll help the aliens conquer Earth.
What's
They
wrong with being a
already did.
vampire?
They already did. Plug my ass back into the Matrix, program some money into my account.
He wants to be in that Matrix. I want to be a vampire.
Look, Cobweb. Look. I mean, there is a large resemblance, a coincidence that you look just like Morpheus and I look just like Neo. Just like him. There's a big
the hair.
It's the haircut. Yeah, that's what it is. So don't be fucking up. Don't be fucking up my stuff, because
No, he said he didn't look like Neo.
I'm just like him.
Phil, leave him alone.
If I was to make a sequel, my movie would be John Thick. That's just
John Thick. Hey, what was the final score anyway? I knew you said it was the highest one that we ever gave, but what did we give it? What was
9.5.
A 9.5.
9.5. I can't believe y'all just skipped past my John Thick line.
I couldn't. I couldn't.
The John Thick 3 pair of burgers. It just
oh, God.
His Parabellum, the movie.
It's the special effects.
I'm fat.
Exactly. John Thick that. Oh shit.
See, at least my roadcaster appreciates me.
Oh my goodness.
I think we're done. Today with a 9.5.
Oh, for sure.
The movie's great.
Good, Jay. So watch it, people. 5 people plug in. This is a highly recommended one.
Yes, they live. And if you haven't seen it, please go watch it. If you have seen it, watch it again. Look for the things that you missed. And look at the things that correlate into the real world now. And if not in the real world, at least into the conspiracy world. Because it will open your eyes.
And then you'll be woke too.
Woke. How did you say it, Deborah? I think I'm woke.
I think I'm woke.
The new shirt. I haven't released the Don't Hurt Us Jamie Lee Curtis because some people haven't called the number yet and left a message. People have called the number. But have not left messages. And it's not just 786-763-2278. Leave a message. Tell us about what you think about the pod, about what we should put on the pod, or just say that I'm not John Thick. I don't know. And you get a free shirt. That's all you got to do.
That's all.
It's an extra medium. But
Right.
nah,
You'll be fine.
we'll get your
Care.
size. Leave your shirt size too.
Yeah. Yeah, that would help. At least, email us your, well, we might need your contact information so we can mail it to you.
I'm trying
to
get out of having to pay for the shirt, Cobweb. Why you gotta give out all the truth, the details and shit?
Well, it's the truth about it, man. Come on, dude.
My cheap ass still haven't sent you your stickers yet. Shh.
This is true. This is very true.
This week.
That's on you, Deb. That's on you.
Okay.
I've been hitting the head with bottles too many times. I don't even call them concussions anymore. They're fun cushions.
How are they fun cushions?
Because it makes me a cheap date. Now I just drink like one adult beverage and I'm already...
From the concussions?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Lucky.
Yeah, it's very lucky, especially when I forget where I'm at. What am I doing? But all right, y'all. So I think it's time that we back out of here. An hour and 15 minutes into They Live. Movie wasn't even this long.
Movie was not that long.
No, wait, we're gonna stretch this out longer because now I got to see how long the movie was.
We're gonna go as long as the movie was.
No. Movie was 1 hour 34 minutes.
Almost.
We were talking, almost as long as the movie. We still need to go, and pod people, let us know. Call 786-763-2278. Let us know if we should do a riff track style, like where we're watching the movie, talking about the movie live, and then you can download that and watch the movie with us in your ear. Yeah.
Only one way to find out.
Yeah, what are you doing? You sleep?
No.
You woke?
I'm woke.
All right, y'all. So until next time, don't forget, hit us up. Hit up Cobweb at Cobweb411 because he's got that info. Go to castofthepod.com. Has all our links, including our Patreon and our merchandise. Call 786-763-2278. And in case you don't want to go to castofthepod.com, all our social medias are Cast of the Pod. Yeah, you can find us there. So until next time, I'm Josh.
I'm Cobweb.
And I'm Deb.
Thanks for tuning in. Don't forget, you have been warned.
You've been warned.
Right.
Yeah, that was slow.
Because I just woke up.
Oh my God.
Just focus.